up, you guys? My name is Andrew.
My name is Ola.
And today we're going to talk about...
Universities. Do we need them or not?
We don't.
Do we need them?
Short answer. You can stop watching.
No, I think we need them.
Okay, so Americans and Canadians call this college, usually.
Yes. And in Ukraine, we call this university.
Yeah, and in Europe, generally people would say university for a place like that. So, long story short, Ola has 3 degrees, I've got 0. However,
So I'm an expert here, and
yes, you are. But we're gonna start as devil advocates. We're gonna talk, I'm gonna talk about the benefits.
And I will talk about disadvantages, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, should I start with the benefits?
Yes, sure.
Are there any? Okay. So, in my humble opinion, universities help young people find themselves. You come to a college and you're like, I don't know what I should do with my life. And then you go there, you meet people.
And you still don't know what to do with your life.
Sometimes. But okay, this is my point. I think that it helps young people find themselves.
Okay, so I think that there are a lot of different places where you can find yourself. Agree, right? You can travel, you can start working and find what you want to do with your life, because sometimes, and more often, it's like practical field where you can see if you're good at it or not, if you want do it or not, and that's it.
Well, okay. But in Ukraine, there's obligatory military service. So if you're a guy and you reach the age of 18, you're obliged to go and serve. So basically, universities, it's a great way to not go and serve. And in my opinion, it's an amazing advantage for all men in Ukraine.
Yeah, but you know that you can omit military service, not only studying at university, but also getting some job.
Really?
For your country.
Really?
Yeah.
Or getting a baby. Or two.
Getting a baby, or some, for example, some...
if you make a baby, they give you like 1 or 2 years, off. And then if you make another baby in time...
Paternal leave?
Yeah, it's kind of like... Well, it's not a paternal leave because you don't work, but it's like it frees you from going and serve military service.
So you see, it's not just university.
Okay, but it's the easiest way. I mean, like, even stupid people can go to universities in Ukraine. There are so many of them, of universities.
Yeah, sure. But fee for studying at university is really low comparing to Europe.
Or it's free.
Or it's free.
It could be free.
A lot of a lot of free places. Like when I started my education at university, I remember when I applied for university, I remember there were almost 60 free places just for English philology. So it was really like a lot of chances to be there and to start a degree.
Crazy. Yeah. Most of my friends, they got their degree for free, basically. They even were getting paid, like this little stipend or whatever.
Student fee, I know this word.
Yeah, so they were getting money for studying. It's like $30 or $40 a month, so it doesn't really count. But in Ukraine, it could.
Do you have any more, what would you say?
Advantages?
Yeah.
Of course. So, we're getting to the next one. And in my opinion, university is one of the best ways to make sure that you're respected and you are a more needed specialist in any field. So for example, if I want to become a programmer and I don't have a degree, it's one thing. if I do have a degree, they would treat me, like with more respect.
I should say that not just in Ukraine,
But I don't believe this.
Okay, yeah. It's getting more and more popular to hire people based not on your diploma or education, but your experience, your personal qualities, and something like that. So what I mean is, we have our own online school, and we hire teachers to have some classes in our online school. And
Teaching English.
teaching English, and I noticed that when we have this interview, we usually pay attention on personal qualities. It's like number one, if this person is really great for this job, if students are gonna like this person or not. And second of all, is just some experience and maybe desire to be the part of the team. For example, if we see that this person really wants to work with Stefurak family, not just with someone else, it's like really crucial. And then knowledge of English, like even knowledge of English is even like more important than diploma, because
Sure. I mean, yeah, you could get a degree as an English tutor or philologist, and you can suck at English. I've seen such people.
And I just studied with such people because I remember there were different students in my group. Some of them studied really great, and I was sure like this person is gonna be a great tutor in the future. And some of them really sucked at basic things, like.
Yeah.
And then I was just wondering how, why, like where this person is gonna work. And
At schools, teaching kids.
yeah, but still, it's such a bad thing when you, for example, when you lack some knowledge
Yeah.
as a tutor, and you think, okay, but I don't need this great level of knowledge for teaching kids. But it's false. It's like it's misconception. I don't know how to.
Well, but yeah, still. I mean, in Ukraine, it's not a very prestigious job to work to teach kids at schools because it pays low. Well, I think they raised the salaries for those, but still. Okay, so I'm done playing devil's advocate. I would like to say a little bit about how much I hate universities and why I think it's the most evil thing in the world.
Okay, so why do you think so?
I don't really think that, but I guess my experience is that I really liked studying for the first year. I loved it. It was like I moved to another city. I moved out from my parents' apartment. I could live in a dorm. I could drink a lot. I could get hammered every day and sleep home. I met a lot of people. I was meeting new people every day. But then I realized that, like the first year was good. I learned a lot also as a student, not just drinking. But then the second year, the third year, the fourth year, they were really we didn't really need them. I started working on the second year of my college, and then I was like, I don't really need this, and it takes a lot of my time and energy. So tutors, the tutors would be like, oh, you should bring us this. Maybe I don't think you do this outside Ukraine. Outside the post-USSR countries, but they were, the lecturers, they were making us write those stupid tens and tens of sheets of paper and notebook, just rewriting the book. And they were like, if you have those 50 pages, you're passing. If you're not making that happen, you're out.
I can't disagree with you. It's really stupid. yeah. And what I think is that there is a way out, like really small secret. If you really don't want to write all that stuff, or you don't want to pay a lot of attention on that stuff,
you can bribe tutors.
Yes, but
they take money in Ukraine. A lot of them.
And if you don't have money.
Well, some of them would take some cookies, candies, and cognac.
Okay, but
I'm kidding. Not everybody does that.
Yes,
not everybody takes bribes.
Okay, let's suggest more legal way out. So you can start working somewhere being a student. So it means that being a first year student or a second year student, you can still find a job even without experience, without diploma. There are still establishments who need a specialist if you are a specialist, and in this way you will shift this emphasis from studying, writing all those lectures, and making fool from your university to working. And in this way you will get some practical skills maybe you lack at university, and you will see this establishment as something not so bad. So I think that everything depends on your perception.
Yeah, you should work, definitely. So another thing that sucks about universities is that, in my opinion, they don't really give you knowledge, they just give you information. And true knowledge comes from experience, from doing stuff. And we highly recommend you going and finding a job on your first, second year of the university, so that, especially if you can't find a job, something related to your study, to your major.
Yeah, but still, if you don't get this experience from your university, you can get this experience from tutors at your university, from mentors. So what I mean is that...
Well, it's not the same. But, they give you information, but they don't give you knowledge. Knowledge. It's like, Tai Lopez adds knowledge.
I just really want to support universities at this point because...
Yeah. Because you have 3 degrees.
I have 3 degrees, and I know that people, really great people, whom you find at university, can really mentor you, can really give you that kind of experience you won't find at your job. Because, why? Because when you're working, no one really wants to teach you, to show you exactly how things work. You have to do it by yourself. And again, it's like valuable experience for sure, because it's your own experience. In my case, it worked. I remember that I started working as a tutor, and I have this image of a great tutor in my mind, and this image was based on my exact tutor from university. She was a great person, and I remember I really wanted to be like her, and it helped me during the first year of my tutoring career. And without her, maybe I will be really lost.
Okay, and last but not least is, I think, universities should teach you for only 1 year, not 3, not 5, not 6, like in Ukraine. To get a major, you would need 6 years, 5.5, 6. I think you could really compress all of that, all of the necessary information, like with the 2080 principle, and learn all that in 1 year and be happy and pay much less money. That's what I think.
Yeah, but don't you think that people, so when it's the first year, they are 18, then they are 19. Okay, so at the age of 18, don't you think that they are too young to start working at some establishments?
My grandmother got married when she was 13.
Yeah, but you're not talking about past.
She started living a full life of an adult.
And we don't have a lot of stuff when your granny was getting married.
Still, I think that studying for 6 years is kind of like pushing that responsibility to the college, like saying, well, yeah, the college is I need to do college, and I don't need to really know what I want from this life. It doesn't, not everybody is like that, but a lot of people, I've seen so many people that were like, yeah, the college is time to party and to, to be the student, live the student life. And then they're like, oh, I got a degree, but I can't find a job. What should I do? Oh, I need to pay my rent. Can I still live at the dorms?
Yeah, because they rely on this diploma, and they are waiting till this diploma appears.
Exactly.
And
So
something
this
is
is
going
the
to
problem.
change.
Yeah.
But I think that there are some exceptions. For example, doctors, employers, they really need this time. It's impossible to cover everything in 1 year.
They're going to be replaced with robots soon. So I think they're going to be replaced with robots.
Are you living in the moment, or are you looking
Why are you
The boss
shouting
of
at
the
me?
future.
Stop. Come on.
Because I have 3 diplomas and I'm more experienced and I.
Oh, really?
That's why you need a diploma, because when you just enter some job, when you get some job, you won't let anyone shouting at you, because you can say, I have 3 diplomas, I'm experienced. You don't have this right.
Really?
Yes. It's the only reason to start your education at university. Just to have this diploma.
And you're
that's
like
it.
you're working at the counter at McDonald's, and you're like, you can't shout at me because I got 3 degrees. Stop that. I'm more educated than you. Stupid.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, well, nothing else to add. Well, in
Summarize.
conclusion, we would recommend you, if you live somewhere where the military service is necessary, if it's obligatory, if you're a guy, you should probably go to the college. If you're not,
You probably
maybe
get
you
married.
shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. And then also, when you go and get your college degree, when you're getting it, you should definitely find a job, because you can also like on your second year you could be working for 2 years already, and then you'd be like, oh, I didn't like this profession, maybe I shouldn't be getting this major, and investing my money and time, most importantly investing my time, years of my life into this degree.
When you just when you are not sure, like what exactly you want to do. For example, you have this choice: being an interpreter or being a teacher. It's similar somehow, but it still is different. You're not sure. Or not in this way. Let it be lawyer and teacher, and you know that being lawyer is really, really respected, right?
Yeah.
Like a respecting job.
Yeah, it's prestigious, really.
Prestigious, right? And you know that you will earn more money than being a teacher, but you really love, for example, teaching and communicating with with people, and you know that it's where your heart is. And at this point, you cannot predict your life. You cannot know how much money you will earn and how happy you will be. So you have to follow your heart, because
or you can sell your soul and live for money also. It's your choice.
Money. Okay.
It's 100% your choice. For example, I think I made a wrong decision because I listened to my parents. They were telling me, well, listen, you should become a programmer because it pays well. And if you don't know that, in countries like Ukraine, like Poland, Romania, post-USSR countries, Belarus also, it pays so much more if you're working in IT. If you're like a programmer, a tester, anything connected with IT, you would get triple or 5 times or 10 times more salary.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's why I decided to go and become a programmer. I liked it for the first year, then I hated it. But Ola listened to her heart.
Yeah, I didn't listen to my parents who
And your
wanted me
parents
to
wanted-
be a lawyer.
yeah.
I listened to my heart, and I studied English, and now I'm connected with this language.
Now we're both teaching English. So my passion is teaching English and helping people speak English. And so is Ola's. And that's why we got married. And by the way, we had the same surname before we got married, and we're not related. We're not brothers or sisters or anything like that.
Yes,
Not cousins.
and we checked
not
twice.
super. Yeah. And we also both love English and helping people speak this language, become more open-minded. And this is our passion. But I didn't need a degree for that because I didn't even think I would want that. And I don't know how my life would have turned out if I hadn't, entered the university as a programmer. Because if I went and wanted, I wanted to become a physicist. And I got like 99.5% out of the test. And it's a difficult test. Like I got almost 100% from this test. But I still didn't go. Because I was like, no, it pays so low. Like, be a physicist in Ukraine, you can teach and get, like $150 a month. for teaching, or you can be some, I don't know, some crazy scientist and work for pennies somewhere in a laboratory.
And you can be Elon Musk.
Or you can be Elon Musk as well, but I didn't know that because my parents were giving me advice of like choose this because it's more profitable. And you should always listen to yourself because then you can only blame yourself.
Yes.
And if you listen to your parents and your life sucks, you're like, it's all because you said it would be a good idea, but I knew that I had to do
It's
this.
even worse when you are blaming someone else because in reality it's your fault.
Well, it is, but then at the same time, you could blame your parents because they were like pushing you to do this, but you shouldn't ever blame anybody else but yourself, unless it's your kids. No, I'm just kidding. No, you shouldn't blame your kids for ruining your life. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. At the end, we're gonna give you a question.
Yeah.
So,
a question to those who are studying right now or who just want and are entering the university this year. So the question is, Sunny?
the question is, what do you want to do with your life? Is this thing you're choosing or you've already chosen? Is this thing something you'd like to do for hours and hours every day and for years and years in the future?
Is it really what your heart says?
Is that the thing you can really grow in and get more money and become a specialist or not? Or is it just because your parents wanted you to be a doctor or something like that? And if you already have a degree, please, if you're watching this on YouTube, please post in comments. Leave a comment below whether you really like what you're doing.
Yeah. Do you think that your diploma restricts maybe you from something else? For example, you think that I have diploma in this field, so I shouldn't start something else in a different field because I don't have a diploma there.
And are you even working, with your degree? Do you even need it for your current job?
Yeah.
Just think about how it affects your life and maybe something about your university.
See you guys.
Or talk to you.